Have you ever faced a moment where you had to choose between what's easy and what's right? A choice so tough, it could cost you everything. Today, we're diving into one of the most intense stories of faith and courage ever told. A story about three young men who stood firm when the whole world was bowing down. This is the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and their trial by fire. Imagine this: you're far from home, a captive in the mighty Babylonian Empire, serving under the most powerful man in the world, King Nebuchadnezzar. That's the reality for three young Jewish men, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, better known by their Babylonian names, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They're smart, they're capable, and they've even earned a place in the king's court. Things are looking up, right? Well, that's when the ultimate test arrives. King Nebuchadnezzar, filled with pride, decides to build a monument to his own greatness, a massive golden statue soaring 90 feet into the sky. He then issues a decree that echoes across the land. When you hear the sound of the horn, the flute, the lyre, and all kinds of music, everyone, and I mean everyone, must fall down and worship this golden image. And the penalty for disobedience, it's terrifying. Anyone who refuses will be thrown into a blazing, fiery furnace. The music plays. The entire empire bows. Governors, officials, people from every nation, all prostrate themselves before the golden idol. But three men remain standing: Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They know their law, the law of their God, which says, "You shall have no other gods before me." They refuse to bow. Of course, someone notices. Some officials, probably jealous of their positions, rush to the king. "O king, live forever." They begin. "You made a decree, but there are some Jews, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who pay no attention to you. They neither serve your gods nor worship the golden image you have set up." Nebuchadnezzar is furious. He summons the three men. Can you feel the tension in that room? The most powerful king on earth, face to face with three young captives. He gives them one last chance. Is it true? He demands, "I'll give you one more opportunity. When the music plays, if you bow, you'll be spared. But if you do not, you will be thrown immediately into a blazing furnace. And then what God will be able to rescue you from my hand?" Now, here comes the most powerful part of the story. Listen to their response. It's a masterclass in faith. They look the king right in the eye and say, "O Nebuchadnezzar, we do not need to defend ourselves before you in this matter. If we are thrown into the blazing furnace, the God we serve is able to deliver us from it, and he will deliver us from your majesty's hand." But then they add a crucial line, one that shows the true depth of their commitment. "But even if he does not, we want you to know, your majesty, that we will not serve your gods or worship the image of gold you have set up." Wow, their faith wasn't a transaction. It wasn't, "We'll obey if you save us." It was, "We will obey no matter what." This response sends Nebuchadnezzar into an uncontrollable rage. He orders the furnace to be heated 7 times hotter than usual, so hot that the flames kill the very soldiers who are tasked with throwing the three men inside. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, bound in their robes and tunics, are cast into the heart of the inferno. From a human perspective, this is the end, a gruesome, certain death. But then, something astonishing happens. Nebuchadnezzar leaps to his feet, absolutely amazed. He turns to his advisors and asks, "Weren't there 3 men that we tied up and threw into the fire?" They reply, "Certainly, your majesty." The king exclaims, "Look, I see 4 men walking round in the fire, unbound and unharmed, and the 4th looks like a son of the gods." 4 men, in the middle of an impossible fire. They are not burning, they are walking, and they are not alone. The king, the very man who ordered their execution, is the first to witness the miracle. He approaches the opening of the furnace and calls out, "Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High God, come out, come here." And they do. They walk out of the furnace, in front of all the high officials who had gathered to watch them die. Everyone crowds around to see. Their clothes are not scorched, not a hair on their heads is singed, and there is not even the smell of smoke on them. They went through the fire, and the fire had no power over them. In that moment, everything changes. The arrogant king is humbled. Nebuchadnezzar declares, "Praise be to the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and rescued his servants." They trusted in him and defied the king's command, willing to give up their lives rather than serve or worship any god except their own God. He then makes a new decree. Anyone who speaks against their God will be punished. And what about our 3 heroes? the king promotes them to even higher positions in the province of Babylon. This story isn't just an ancient tale, it's a powerful reminder about the nature of courage, conviction, and faith in the face of impossible pressure. It asks us a question we all have to answer. What are the non-negotiables in your life? What are the principles you would stand for, even if it meant walking through fire? Thank you so much for watching. If this story inspired you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that explores faith, history, and the incredible power of the human spirit. Let me know in the comments what this story means to you. See you next time.